On an international comparison, we're more or less just above EU levels. If you look at countries like Portugal, Latvia, Spain, Sweden, Denmark, these countries don't just have more fiber to the home, they've got twice as much today, 2x today. Now, if we keep on the trajectory that we are on and we continue building as is planned, etc., we will not be at 2x in 10 years. There is no plan for Switzerland to ever reach that level. Let's look at a map of Switzerland. So what we have here is the FTTH coverage by canton. So how many homes passed actually have FTTH. On the top left, very small, you see Basel City, downtown, not unexpected, it's a city. Closely followed by Appenzell Ausserrhoden, Wallis, and Nidwalden. These are the top fiber-penetrated areas we have in Switzerland. So, I'm not a geographical expert, but I would jump to the conclusion that probably FTTH deployment is not really driven by geographical realities, because this map would look very different if it was. To understand why there's such a huge gap, we need to understand why there's such a big gap in pricing and in the product itself. And at the end, it's relatively simple, as with many cases. It's all about competition. Are we in a monopoly situation or are we not? If you look at the left-hand side, this is Giens. In Giens, you have a wholesale monopoly. Wholesale monopoly means that if we as Salt, if we want to buy fiber lines, there's one seller in the market, only one, Swisscom. So the discussion or the negotiation goes about like this: I'd like to buy your line. They give you a price list and say, I don't like the price, and say, okay, go home. Yeah? This is about 5 minutes, maybe tops, and that's the end of the negotiation, because there is no negotiation. There's nobody else to go to. As soon as I go to Lucerne, there's competition. Why is there competition? Because several years ago, still under Schlotter, Swisscom initiated, which was a good thing, they initiated a 4-phase deployment model. What this means is when they pulled in the fiber to the home, they didn't just put in one fiber cable, but de facto they put in 4. So they put in multiple ones, and they said, we own half of it, and the utility will own the other half of it. We do it together. Therefore, today, there's 2 sellers. So if I go to Lucerne, I can knock on 2 doors to ask for a line, and therefore, as there is competition, suddenly you get much better rates, which we are able to give to the end consumer. So it's pretty simple. The main reason why in one area there is so much, the conditions are so much more attractive than in the other area. This is really the difference is 1,000 francs per year. It's only about competition. If we want to bring more FTTH to Switzerland, and I do think as Switzerland we should be leading in Europe and not tailing it, I think we can regulate access to ensure fair consumer pricing, but I think this is not going to happen anytime soon. Certainly a lot of headwind politically, so I'm not counting on this to happen. What we can do is we can make it a lot easier to build. If you make it easier to build, people will come to build. What we can do is we can encourage people that are able to build and are able to build well to build more. We can have a debate. I mean, this is the benefit of being state-owned. People have a say, citizens have a say, and you can put pressure to build more FTTH. And last but not least, I do think there's a debate. This is more a cantonal debate. People need to decide. They need to vote. Do they want to invest to have paved roads, or do they want to live with dirt roads in some of the more rural areas? And I think that's also one thing that we encourage politicians to take up in their respective territory.